I got 2 more rounds to make. We're gonna be dang close. Good morning. Well, I'm up checking the irrigation field. Dad wanted that 4440, so I brought him up here. We got lots of moisture up here. We did not really get any rain last night. It sprinkled, but not enough to even get the ground wet. But you look out where I've been watering and in the lanes, it's still moist on top. This corn looks good. We're not going to start irrigating today. I think we're done. I really think that we're done, but I won't know for another week or two until we see if we get any more rain and how that corn's progressing and what things look like. So anyway, I'm happy with it. We gotta go spread some more seed though. Since it didn't rain, we're gonna go finish our oats and radish. Well, finish. We're gonna do some more. Well, this is gonna be a problem. That third trailer wasn't there last night. They added another one. I don't think I can squeak through there. All right, well, he's on his way to move that trailer for me. I got another box put in there. That should be enough to do the 70 acres that we've got to do. You know, that's kind of what I planned on having left from what we finished yesterday, what was left in the spreader, the stuff in the back there. I don't know, but we'll be real close. And I've got 2 full boxes left, but that's what I need to do the last 2 fields that I've got. There's 95 acres, so really I would have about 5 acres worth times 40, 200 pounds out of them other boxes that I could put in there, but we'll just call it close enough. Got it. All right, we got out. Good deal. All right, here's that field we've got to do. Got to engage my spreader, and we'll get it done. I can still smell the chicken litter up here. You can see we've had a flush of weeds germinate since we did our tillage here, and then we got that little bit of rain on it. Good news is the field cultivator will take all of them out. So I realized the other day when I was editing a video that I put all of this GPS stuff in this tractor that we're using to spread the clover seed, but I didn't really show it to you at all or explain how it works too much. So I won't go into too much detail, but basically on all of our other tractors, well, the 9R, the 8R, the 8430, the combine, the sprayer, they all have a hydraulic valve that is tied in with the steering cylinders on the steering, whether it's the front axle or the articulation or whatever. That's how the auto steer actually controls it, and the GPS receiver feeds into the display. The display then sends the signal to the controller to tell it, you know, how much to turn the wheels and stuff. This tractor does not have that steering valve, which is why we're using this ATU, Auto Track Universal. And basically, instead of sending a signal to a steering valve to control hydraulics, it sends a signal to this ATU, and there's an electric motor in here that physically spins the wheel. So as I sit here, it actually is turning the wheel, making the corrections as we go through the field. And then when I get to the end of the field, or like right now, because just to show you, I just grab the steering wheel, give it a little yank, and it disengages so that I can then steer it. And then when I want to re-engage, just touch right there, and it finds the line, gets us back to where we're supposed to be. So it's not quite as accurate and as effective, well, I shouldn't say as effective. It's not quite as accurate and as quick to respond, I guess, as a hydraulic steering valve would be. But for tractors that don't have that, this is a really good and much cheaper option. So that works. We don't use it a lot. This tractor once in a while, and the 8300 is the other one. So when we have the field cultivator or whatever, the disc on that 8300 in the spring, that's how we use the auto steer with it. Look, another square privacy fence with a net over it. Huh. How about that? Anyway, we're a little past halfway done in this field. I hope that my field cultivator does a good a job here as it did yesterday, because this field's rough, especially in these low ground areas where the wheat had drowned it out and the stubble is different. Down over there, oh, it was a little bit right there. It's a lot rougher here. I don't know. This one may not work up quite as nice. I was looking at some of the comments on yesterday's video here this morning, and a couple of people had said stuff about erosion control from the cover crops. And yeah, I thought I mentioned that yesterday, but maybe not. But absolutely, controlling erosion is a big reason that we are putting these cover crops out here as well. Typically, we don't field cultivate in the fall and level fields up like this. If we do tillage, we use our ripper and leave it a little bit rough, because that helps slow water down from running across it. And this field in particular, you can see how rolling it is. We've got hills and valleys and stuff. So if we fit this down with a field cultivator and it was nice and smooth with nothing growing in it, the erosion would be bad. It would have gullies and washouts and stuff all over it. But with the cover crop growing there, it'll help hold that soil in place so that it doesn't wash as bad. And hopefully it will still be fairly smooth in the spring. That said, this one in particular is rolling enough. We may still have to come in and touch it up in the spring with a field cultivator, at least hitting the spots where we do get a little bit of washing, but we'll see. So, stop to just look at how good of a job we're doing out here and check on stuff a little bit. You can see we got a lot of volunteer wheat starting to come up. I was hoping that I had already all sprouted and killed it off, but it must be our tillage stirred some more stuff up, but that's okay. Here's our oats. There's some oats. I don't see any radish, but those ones are pretty hard to find usually. You gotta look. Pretty good. There's one. So, spread looks good. I'm pretty happy with it. Boy, I can smell that chicken litter. It's not real strong, but it is there. And I'm gonna go look in the spreader, see how our supply is looking. Yeah, that ought to work. We don't have that much to do yet, so it'll be close. I got 2 more rounds to make. We're gonna be dang close. Do another one and we'll check it again. So is that half of what was in there the last time? I don't know, but we're gonna get done, which is great. And look what I found over here. Another horseshoe and a big metal rod something, I don't know. We'll set them over here by the road. Last pass. Be interesting to see if and how much there's anything left in the cart when we get up here. Well, let's see what we got. Hope it's gone. I don't know where we ran out, but that's about as close as you can possibly get. Not too bad for my little custom gate edition thing there. If you missed the video a couple of days ago, I had to put a piece of angle iron on the bottom of the gate and clamp it on there so that I could get the rate down low enough. So, anyway, we're heading back to the farm with this. We'll get the field cultivator and come work it in. Okay, done with this one. At least for today. Before we spread the rest of that cover crop seed, we've got to work in the stuff that we just did. And then we got to hook the ripper up. And we got to put the field cultivator back on. And so maybe tomorrow afternoon we might be ready for it, but definitely not yet. You can start to see some of the maturity differences in my plot. This end is the fuller season beans that are still really green, and they're starting to get more yellow down here in the 2, 5, 6, 7s. That'll get more pronounced over the next week. I'm gonna go get something to eat before I go over there. Awfully cloudy, gray, overcast. Feels like it could rain. There's no rain in the radar. It feels like it could. Anyway, we're gonna head to the field. And one more note. Today's my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom. I got some ice cream on my way back from lunch to celebrate for you. Off we go. This should take me less than 2 hours to do this whole field. We'll see, but we'll fly right across it here. All right, well, we are still doing a really good job here. I'm impressed at how rough this was in those spots that the field cultivator seems to be really leveling it up nice. Ugh. It shifts down going up this hill here. Anyway, I've got a seed customer that is going to drop some weed off to me to treat for them, custom treat it. And so I gotta go back to my seed warehouse and get that stuff put in boxes. And he's on his way, which is not convenient timing wise, but it is what it is. So Phil's on his way. He's gonna come pick me up after I make this one more round here, I think. And then we'll come back and finish this. There's not much. It'll only take me half hour, 45 minutes maybe, but yeah, is what it is. All right, well, there goes the customer. We've got basically 2.5 boxes of wheat here to treat for them. So that's on the list. I haven't got to treating wheat yet, but maybe next week. We gotta get these cover crops done, and then that becomes a priority. I have two things that are very quickly becoming priorities for us to work on. One of them being treating wheat, the other being getting the combine ready. We've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks before harvest starts. And so, yeah, we got to get some wheat treated, so we'll have that ready to plant wheat, and my customer stuff treated and delivered. And we got to get our concaves in the combine and work on all that stuff. So that is on the priority list after Labor Day. All right, back to the field. Let's get this done so we can get a field cultivator unhooked and a ripper hooked back up. Okay, got her done. Don't mind me, just folding up, heading back to the farm. All right, we're gonna park this right here for now. And go hook up to our ripper, which is over there on the other side of the bin. So just getting her unhooked. Okay, guys, you want to see something stupid? I'm still not sure what just happened, but I was hooking up this ripper, right? I shut the tractor off when I hook up tillage implements or any implement that uses the ISO bus connector, basically the one that connects to the 2630 display. So I had the tractor, was running fine all day. I shut it off, I hooked up the ripper, I got back in to start, and I had no power, none whatsoever. Like, the key didn't start anything, the buttons for the lights didn't do anything, the light switch didn't turn any lights on, like it wasn't an ignition problem. So I checked a couple of fuses there, nothing there. Then I got out, checked a couple of fuses up in there, and the main 250 amper that's in that cover right there wasn't it. So then I tried to trace the power wire at the starter to the ground right there, and I had no power, nothing. So I put the ground to the battery and it lit up like it was fine, but not to the ground there. So I had a ground issue. So I started chasing ground wires using my test light, and the ground wires come out of this as the battery box. And I was good here. Ground wire comes out there, goes down, and it's this wire. It comes to this plug. It's like a place to hook up a jumper cable or a battery charger. This cover I must have kicked it getting out because it had rotated down and it wasn't tight. And I was dead. As soon as I tightened that up, had power everywhere and it works just fine. Started right up. That seems strange. That seems like a really dumb place to put a something so easily to disconnect and kill the whole tractor. I don't know. That's weird. I don't feel like it should be like that, but whatever. It's working. I was going through this ripper looking stuff over real quick, and this blade doesn't want to turn, which I was pretty sure we had one that was tied up. The rest of them all turn. I think this is one that I had apart, and the bearings were no good, but I put it back together and it ran for a while, but no good now. So I do have the hub to change it, so I'm gonna pop it off there and put a new one on real quick. we've covered these hubs extensively in previous videos, so if you're new and you haven't seen them, you can find them back a few, I don't know, a week or two ago. I got a few suggestions from people about drilling and putting a grease zerk in, and I think that's a pretty good idea. You'd have to look at the inside of one of the old ones to see what exactly is in there. However, I can't drill in from the ends because, well, there's a cover here, and that's out of the question. So you'd have to go through this end. Well, there's a bolt holding this end in, so that's not going to work either. So the only way to get a grease zerk into this hub is to go right through this wall here, and I have a feeling it would wear really bad, but might still be worth a shot. At least they're quick and easy to change, even if they are expensive little buggers. All right, it is 5 o'clock. I've got 2 fields that I need to do. One of them's about 30 acres, one of them's 65. The 30-acre piece would probably take me 2.5, 3 hours, which I should go and do it tonight. That would be fine. However, it's my mom's birthday. My wife is bringing my kids over to see her. I feel like I should be here. So we're gonna park this and call it quits for tonight, which means I'm gonna be a little bit later tomorrow. We're getting this cover crop seeded than I want to be, but it's all right. It is what it is. We'll be fine. It's only Wednesday. Got 2 more days this week to get stuff done, so we'll be fine. Oh, they're having a good time now. Dad, they had a pool here. They dug out and tore the deck out, and so he's filling it in, put a sandbox in for the grandkids. He's gonna plant some grass out there. I think he's gonna put garden in here too, is what his plan is. Okay, well, boys are on their way home. I'm gonna follow right behind them, so I guess that's it for today. I did not get as much accomplished as I had hoped to. I was really hoping to get at least one of those fields ripped up tonight, but it didn't happen. So that's gonna be most of what we do tomorrow. I don't know if we'll have time to get the field cultivator hooked up tomorrow or not, but we'll see. Might try it. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm still trying to do a live stream for you guys. I was thinking maybe it might happen tonight, but maybe it'll happen tomorrow night. We might be back in the field cultivator tomorrow evening, and maybe I can stay a little later and do a live stream. I don't know. We'll see where we're at. I'll post it and make sure that it's at least scheduled a little bit beforehand. So turn on your notifications, and you should get an alert from YouTube if I do go live. So anyway, have a great night. Hit that like and subscribe buttons. Questions, comments, leave them down below. See you guys tomorrow.